Reporting for Stormwatch.
One church group in Oxford is reminding residents of those who have not as fortunate.
Tonight, we'll tell you about the Empty Bowls campaign for the United Methodist Church. Good evening. I'm Shelby Sandstone.
And I'm Meredith Parker. It's been a big year for Ole Miss sports, from the Rebels Sugar Bowl victory to the opening of the pavilion this year.
But it's not just football and basketball that is making news here at Ole Miss, but now baseball. Sudu Upadhyaya was at today's Baseball Media Day, and he has some exciting news. Sudu.
Thanks, guys. Ole Miss Baseball held its annual Media Day today here at Swayze Field before the start of the 2016 baseball season. A major highlight was the announcement of a $13 million upgrade to Swayze Field. In a statement released earlier today, Ole Miss Athletics Director Ross Bjork said, "Ole Miss Athletics is always looking for the welfare of our student athletes, and the upgrading of facilities is one way to improve their entire collegiate experience. As one of our most popular and successful sports at Ole Miss, the baseball program brings so much excitement to our fans. It is only fitting that the highlight of this project is a new performance center for the baseball team." Rebel head baseball coach Mike Bianco expressed his excitement for the project as well.
Excited to announce it, but really honored. You know, when you sit, before you with, what I said, arguably the best facility already, to have an administration, to have a fan base, just to speak here on Media Day and have all these cameras and all this media present. Baseball's important here.
The new upgrades will feature a new performance center for the players, along with a clubhouse, a players' lounge, a weight room, a training room, along with a new dugout lounge for the fans. For more Ole Miss Media Day coverage, tune in later in the show. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sudu. And now to the Oxford United Methodist Center, who is reminding us all that not everyone gets enough to eat every day. Kelly Savage joins us in the studio for the latest. Kelly?
Thank you, Meredith. Earlier today, I had the chance to stop by the Empty Bowls fundraiser at the Oxford University United Methodist Church. The 13th annual event raised money for the Oxford Food Bank, The Pantry. More than 100 volunteers brought a whole new meaning to Soup Kitchen, serving more than 800 bowls of soup to community members this afternoon. For a $20 donation, participants were able to select a handcrafted bowl provided by the Ole Miss Mud Daubers Ceramics Club and other area artists, and enjoy bowls of soup provided by 21 different restaurants in town. Options range from chicken and dumplings to she crab bisque, but organizers said the purpose of the event was about far more than just providing an array of tasty soups. Empty Bowls is a national grassroots movement and is affiliated with local food banks across the world, bringing together local potters and eateries to help support community pantries that serve low-income individuals. Attendees were encouraged to take their bowl of choice home with them as a reminder that there are empty bowls everywhere that need to be filled. Organizers said they were hoping to hit their goal of 1,000 bowls of soup served, besting last year's fundraising goal of $15,000. Back to you, Meredith.
Thanks, Kelly. Members of the Ole Miss community continue to mourn the loss of volleyball and track member Ty Laporte. Funeral services are scheduled in her home state of South Carolina this weekend. Laporte's volleyball teammates and Ole Miss staff members plan to travel and attend the funeral services to remember Laporte's life. A memorial service for Laporte will also take place on the Ole Miss campus in the pavilion on Monday. The service is open to the public and will begin at 6 p.m. To support Ty's legacy, the Ole Miss Athletic Foundation began a memorial fund to help assist Laporte's family with funeral expenses. The fund has raised over $10,000 to date. To donate, visit www.tylaportefund.com.
Every Monday afternoon, students and teachers gather for coffee and conversation at the Barnes & Noble Cafe in the Student Union. Alicia Crane has the story.
In 2006, Spanish professor Irene Kaufman and a few of her students started casual coffee sessions using the Spanish language. After a growing interest, the meetings became weekly. By 2009, the Spanish session was known as El Café de los Lunes, which translates roughly to Monday Cafe in English.
It's a lot more personal, and it's a little bit more of a social environment. People aren't pressured to talk at all. If you want to contribute, you can, but you don't have to talk, whereas I know that some people might feel a little afraid to speak up in their language classes because they don't feel like they're too pressured or they're not comfortable enough to do that. But here it's very, very open atmosphere, and we're all here. We're all friends here.
The sessions allow people to develop a deeper passion for Spanish and maybe even find a new calling.
I was originally pre-med, and then I took a class with Professor Kaufman, and she told me about going abroad. She said, you should look into it. You like Spanish, you're passionate about it. And so I had never taken it in high school, and I ended up changing my major.
Engaging in face-to-face contact can be crucial to learning the language and aid in practice for study abroad.
Coming back from my study abroad semester and getting to be on the other side of it and hearing how I can help the younger students that are coming in and are so unsure, and it's like, you're going to get it, I promise. I was on the other side and now I'm here. You're going to get it. You're going to be able to speak. Just keep working at it.
Attendees encourage others to join. Meetings are held every Monday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Por favor, van al café de los lunes. Necesitamos amigos nuevos.
Vengan a vernos aquí en la Unión Estudiantil para el Café de los Lunes.
Alicia Crane, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Whenever you go out and grab a drink from the square, you are actually doing the city a big favor. Oxford's tourism budget is 11% higher than it was 2 years ago, thanks to a tax on bar sales. The city adds an extra 2% tax increase on any food or beverage sale from the bars and restaurants selling alcohol. The money goes to tourism and marketing, the Oxford Conference Center, and flowering and decor for the square. From 2014 to 2015, the city made over $2 million from the tax alone. This number was up $500,000 from the previous year.
Oxford residents are pausing for a new cause. Find out how you can help out your furry friends.
Plus, new Amtrak routes could mean your next stop is in the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But first, we go to Kate Robinson, who has our first look at the current conditions.
Hey Oxford, it started out as a cold and cloudy day this morning, but the sun has come out and it's warmed up to 54 degrees. Stay tuned for the extended forecast later in the broadcast.
Have you heard about a place in the hollow where the trouble gets stirred? Come with me, running free. I'll show you everything that a country girl needs. Come on, jump on in, take it to the feel-good part of sin. Ain't no need to buckle up when you're riding shotgun in this pickup truck. Living on the edge, hanging on by a thread, falling halfway, sideways, spitting back, tired jet. My baby's in the middle seat, trying to live a 5-speed back downtown.
It's finally warmed up to a warmer 54 degrees today because it started off pretty cold. There are some clouds, but mostly sun. The winds are pretty windy at 13 miles per hour, but there's no rain. And we're going to look around the region. There is some clouds, and you can see some rain up here, but nothing that we should be concerned about. And if we're looking around, it's pretty consistently 53, 54, 52 degrees, but low 50s pretty much around the region. And looking at tomorrow, it's just going to warm up about 1 to 2 degrees everywhere except Corinth is a little warmer at 52. Now looking at tonight, it's going to be freezing. It's going to be 32 degrees, mostly cloudy, some winds, but just a slight chance of rain, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Tomorrow, It's going to be warmer, a little bit like today, 56 degrees. Some clouds, nothing to be too concerned about, and no rain, so that's pretty good. And looking at the 5-day forecast, Thursday and Friday, it's going to be higher in the 60s, and Saturday. Sunday, 66, and a little cooler on Monday. Monday, I would definitely grab your rain jacket because there is a really big chance of rain.
It's so nice to see 60s right back on the board. Spring is so close.
I know, and baseball on Friday, I mean, I can't wait. It's going to be warm, no rain.
Perfect day for it.
I know it's going to be great.
Coming up on Rebel Watch, Brett Jones will tell us about Baseball Media Day, Rebel Hoops, and more. We'll be right back.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can't
Welcome to Rebel Watch. I'm Brett Jones. Baseball season is right around the corner, and Ole Miss baseball has high expectations this season. Our very own Sudu Upadea was at Media Days this afternoon and caught up with some of the players.
We're as old and experienced as we probably have ever been, as a position player group. And then, last year one of the weaknesses was our pitching depth. And after, a few injuries, I think that was quite evident, that we just showed our lack of depth on the mound. And we fixed that with the signing of 11 pitchers in this current recruiting class that's on campus right now.
I think main goal is to be a run producer, and with that, you got to get people on to drive them in. And I don't think I'm replacing Sykes. I think there's a lot of people in the lineup that can produce power and drive people in, and hit home runs. So I think we have a lot of power in this order, and we can be run producers.
It's really exciting when you think about this year, and last year didn't end up how we wanted it to be. Obviously, getting booted after 2 games in the regional is not what any team looks for in a season. But I think the good thing about this year is the experience we have with everybody coming back, and we still kind of feel that fire of losing so early in the regional that I feel like it's kind of fueling us to be better this year and to know that we can be better with all the experience that comes back.
Now the Rebels baseball season starts this Friday with a 3-game series against Florida International. Now let's pass it on over to hoops. The Ole Miss women's basketball team dropped last night's game to number 12 Texas A&M 62-48. Chandrika Sessom led the team with 13 points off the bench. The Rebels had a tough time shooting on the night, just a little bit over 22% from the floor. It was a fairly low-scoring affair during the third quarter when the Aggies were leading just 22-10 with 3:50 left in the third quarter. Ole Miss forced 20 A&M turnovers, but it wasn't enough. After the game, Matt Insel was obviously not very pleased with his team's effort.
It's just a part of a process of growing a young basketball team. I did not like our enthusiasm. I did not like our energy in the first half. I thought we played real intimidating in the first half. I thought we came back out in the second half and and played better in the third quarter, but really went at them in the fourth and did a lot better there too. So, we got going there, and it's just I just think, that we just didn't play with a lot of want to. And I just told the team there after the game, when I get on a plane to go to Knoxville on Wednesday afternoon, I'm taking people that have that want to with them. And I'm going to find out who has that want to in practice the next 2 days.
The Rebels will be back in action against Tennessee Thursday night at 6 p.m. in Knoxville. Moving on to the men's team, the Rebels travel to College Station to take on the Aggies as well tonight. The Rebels look to keep their NCAA tournament hopes alive, facing a tough Texas A&M squad. The Aggies lead the all-time series just 3-2, but the Rebels have never won in College Station. Texas A&M has dropped 5 straight conference games, though, after starting SEC play 7-0. They are 13-1 at home this season, but if the Rebels could pull off the upset, it would give them a top 25 RPI win. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. in Reed Arena on ESPNU. In NBA news, the Charlotte Hornets have acquired shooting guard Courtney Lee from the Memphis Grizzlies. According to the Vertical's Adrian Wojnarowski, the Grizzlies will receive P.J. Hairston and 2 second-round picks from the Hornets. Charlotte is also sending Brian Roberts to the Miami Heat, and the Heat will also send veteran big man Chris Anderson, better known as Birdman, and 2 more second-round picks to Memphis, with Lee becoming a free agent this offseason. It was uncertain if he would re-sign with the Bluff City. Needless to say, Memphis got good value for Lee considering his uncertain future. That's all we've got in sports today. For more updates, follow our Twitter account at @rebel_watch, and be sure to tune in on Friday for our 3 o'clock all sports show. NewsWatch will be right back.
Basketball is my sport.
Baseball is my sport.
Softball is my sport.
Football is my sport. Excelling in the classroom is my job.
Your time in the classroom is important.
Make it count.
Make it count.
Make it count. Make it count. Go to class.
Go to class.
We excel on the court and in the classroom. You're here for a reason.
Prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself. Go to class. Be a rebel. Be a rebel. Be a rebel. Go to class.
Go to class.
Go to class. Just go to class.
Por favor, ve a clase. It's simple. Just go to class.
Don't be a knucklehead. Go to class.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Welcome back. Popular musicians are celebrating their wins after the Grammys last night. Taylor Swift stole the show by not only winning Album of the Year, but also Best Vocal Pop Album, and shared an award with Kendrick Lamar for Best Video for their song, Bad Blood.
Kendrick had a few more awards to add to his list as well. He won Best Rap Album, Best Rap Performance, and Best Rap Song. Taylor Swift was excited to lose Song of the Year because it went to Swift's bestie, Ed Sheeran, while the Record of the Year went to Bruno Mars for Uptown Funk.
The Alabama Shakes also took home awards for the Best Rock Song and Best Rock Performance for their song, Don't Wanna Fight. And the take home for Best New Artist went to All About That Bass singer, Meghan Trainor.
Well, that's our broadcast. Remember to follow us on Twitter at NewsWatch_UN for news updates on the go. I'm Selby Sansone.
And I'm Meredith Parker. Thank you for joining us. Good night.